everyone, today I'm planning out my 12-week year. I discovered this version of goal setting on TikTok actually, and it makes so much sense to me. Basically, the 12-week year, instead of having a 12-month year like the typical, obviously, you break your year into 4 sections. So each year is separated by 12 weeks for years because you consider 12 weeks 1 year. So this is just a way for you to stay more on track with your goals. And there's like a theory where if you have a shorter amount of time to achieve something, you're more likely to accomplish it faster. So it's basically saying like you can either give yourself a year to get something done, or you can give yourself 12 weeks to get something done. And either way, you're gonna get it done. Why not speed it up and do 12 weeks? And I also really like this method because I'm somebody who I feel like I have a lot of goals that I want to achieve, but I just don't know where to start. So breaking it into sections where you're like, okay, for these 12 weeks, I can focus on this, and this. Then I can reevaluate and see what I want to change my focus to. There's a lot of things on my mind, a lot of goals I want to achieve. So I think this is going to help me a lot. And I actually honestly already started. I started at the end of December, the last week, to just experiment with it and see how it kind of will pan out. And I freaking love it. So that's why I'm making this video, just to break down the rules. I'm going to be featuring my Notion template. Actually, not my Notion template. It's a Notion template that I found actually from a girl on TikTok when I was scrolling it, deep researching the 12-week method. It's actually inspired by the book, The 12-Week Method. Kind of just consolidated all my resources, and a girl made a free Notion template that I have been using and freaking love. It's so organized. Also, the second resource is this journal here from Intelligent Change. This is the same company that makes the 5-minute journal, which I am so obsessed with. That is a journal that I have been using for years now, and it's really helped me get into journaling and just focus my attention on what I'm grateful for and what I've learned. They sent me this journal. This video isn't sponsored. It's the best year journal. I wanted to also fill this in together. The first part is gratitude and reflection. You reflect on what went well last year and what you're grateful for. So I'll just list a couple of journal prompts so we can self-reflect together. This end of the year review empowers us to accept ourselves exactly as we are, recognize our milestones, what we're grateful for, but also acknowledge bumps in the road. Acknowledging what didn't go well will also allow you to better strategize and make changes as needed for the coming year. Let's just start off with a few journal prompts. This quote says, "The beginning is always today." I am a firm believer that you can start the day over at any point. We don't need to be bound by time. I am not time bound. That's something that I say to myself a lot. I actually want to take a picture of this because it's so cute right now. Okay, anyways, so of course, always starting with what you're grateful for. Reflect on the past year and list out all the things that happened in your favor. Opportunities that came into your life, people you met who had a positive impact, everything and anything for which you're grateful. Some of the things I wrote, the connections that I formed are number 1. My roommates, I got a lot of quality time with my gym this year, the girls at my gym. We went to Florida together. We had a Big Bear retreat. I also wrote my health and a pain-free body. Whenever you're in pain, you realize that you maybe take for granted what having just a normal, healthy body feels like. I never want to take that for granted. Lastly, like on a personal level, I feel like I've really held it down for myself this year. I quit my job this year, and like that just shows to me how much self-trust I have and how I'm never gonna let anything stop me from being happy and like getting what I want. See, you already start with a great mindset of how this planning will go. The next question, what are the top 3 life-changing experiences from this year? Quitting my 9 to 5, like I said, also committing to my finances, learning about how to invest. The strong lifting competition I did in Fort Lauderdale with my gym, deciding to actually compete in it was very nerve-wracking for me, and it took a lot of guts, and I'm proud of myself. And now I feel like it helped me care less about what other people think and care less about failing. I'm gonna go over one more question for like the gratitude section, and then we'll go into a thought-provoking journal prompt for lessons learned. What did I do for the very first time in my life last year? This question just reinforces the fact that I want to keep trying new things. I started a podcast last year. I tried Cuban and Peruvian food for the first time, and I spoke at a leadership summit. I did a public speech, like I've never done that before. I taught group fitness coaching for the first time. Now I'm a group fitness coach. And now, last journal prompt. What are some things that you're willing to leave behind in 2023? We're not bringing it into this year. So I wrote, I am leaving my self-doubt behind, okay? Like, there will be times when I have so much confidence in myself and I'm like, I got this and I know what I'm doing and I just have to be consistent. But then a lot of times I will sit there, or I'll, even if I'm just watching myself back, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so cringe and I can't do it. I can't do this. I always feel energized after I film and after I work on my business, and I feel like that energizing feeling is a sign that like I'm on the right path. Now is where we get into the goal setting and how to create your 12-week structure. So I'm also going to screen share at the same time, journal, and do it on my computer, because I like to do both. I don't like to have everything on my computer. I like to, you know, see it and draw it and feel it. So I'll show you guys what this planner looks like. It's basically, you say your focus area. So it's like there's list, health and well-being, what basically you want to focus on, your main goal. Why is this goal important? You should have a why for every goal, or else it's not going to stick with you. So what you want to do is write out your 1-year goals. And here they give you categories. So it's like self-growth, health and well-being, relationships. On this Notion template, they have a pre and post year check-in. So you'll write down in each category where you feel like you're at in your life. So let me just do physical health for an example. I would be like, oh, 7 out of 10. I follow a workout program for the most part, but can be better about tracking my workouts and getting cardio in. So then vision in 1 year, you write it in a present tense statement. So the reality of it, act as if it's already the reality. I am consistently progressing in my workout program. This is a high priority for me because I do have fitness goals I want to achieve this year. And then after the 12 weeks, you go back and you rate it and do the reflection again. Basically, where we're at right now, you're honing in on 3 main goals that you have for this coming 12 weeks, okay? You can focus on other goals down the line, but just for now, 3 goals, and then we're creating sub goals for each one. I'm gonna write down here my big goal number 1. I am in the strongest and fittest shape. So you write your 1-year goals and then you break it down into quarter 1. So my sub goal would be, I have noticeable and proportionate muscle definition. My sub goal for 2, I read 3 times a week and take notes. I'm gonna put my why and also who do I have to become to achieve this, because that's like a tip that I learned from a podcast episode. Say your goal and why, and who do you have to become to achieve it. For the noticeable and proportionate muscle definition, why it signifies what I'm capable of. It shows hard work, determination, and discipline, and demonstrates my growth mindset, and that I hit a plateau and was able to learn and push my way out of it because I feel like I've plateaued. Who do I have to become to achieve this? Self-trusting and someone with perseverance, fearless in that I am able to push past my limits, and I have to be patient. When you identify the traits that you need to have, it also helps you measure progress that way, because if you're like, maybe physically things have not been happening as fast as you'd hope, but if you notice that you're more patient, or that you're more self-trusting, that's also a way to measure progress. This is the really important part. You're gonna share your supporting actions. So you're having a big goal, then you're gonna break it down into tangible steps, 3 to 5 strategies max. I just transferred it into my Notion. I stick to Lily's program weekly. That's my personal trainer / friend. And then I put the dates because you want to be very specific: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I track my macros, eat clean majority of the time, and hit my protein goals daily. I take my weigh-in measurements and pictures every Sunday. I progressive overload in the gym every time that I work out, and I walk a minimum of 3K steps daily. I know 3K steps doesn't sound like that much, but I just obviously like setting the bar lower so that I'm actually achieving it, and then if I do more, then that's great. Then you go into the habit tracker, which I really like. These are just examples of what she wrote, but for me, like my workout, it would be, I would want to make sure that my Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday boxes are checked. And I think the guy in the book said like you want at least 85% of your goals met every week. I love this habit tracker. I feel like it's very satisfying. Every day I'll come and like check off what I did that day. After each week, that's where you'll go to your journal, or you can do it in Notion. I know some people don't want to do both, but whatever you like. I really like this journal because it has a week of, so every single week you can pull up your Notion, the habit tracker, and then analyze what went well and like what you learned from this week. It says this week I was grateful for, top personal lessons of the week, top career lessons of the week, and what progress have I made. And that's kind of where I'll look and see what needs to be changed, what I need to be better at. And yeah, I'm really excited about this 12-week method. Like, I'm telling it to everyone. Also, another feature of this journal, there's a month in review too. So each week and each month, the month ones are pretty similar, but just allowing you to consolidate the weeks. So the best year yet journal, period. It's gonna be the best year yet. I'll leave this habit tracker down in the description. Also, I want to show really quickly one more thing. I created a Q1 Google Calendar. So literally like mapping out, like I have my check-in here. I really do want to focus on YouTube this year, so I put like when I need to film, when I need to edit, and I combine it obviously like with my other calendars, but this is just kind of cool to see Q1 what's on tap. But yeah, I really hope that this was inspiring to you and helpful, and I'm excited to do a check-in at the end of year 1. I'll just leave it off with one of my favorite quotes. I don't know where I got it from. Oh, from the book The Power of Now. And it's that change can only happen in the now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.